This production of the Ultimate Racing League is brought to you by the UpxPodcast and the Upland Property Experts, and the Hyde Park Ninjas, and by Metaforce Racing, and the Upland Auction Platform, and by myupland.info, and by Quailwood Luxury Node, by Listen to Your Talent, AnthologyPuzzles.com unique wooden jigsaws, by 24/7 Venture Group, Iceman Manufacturing, Funky Beats Art Space, and the Metaverse Racing News Network. All right, good day, race fans. Welcome back to another edition of the Metaverse Racing News Network and the Ultimate Racing League Week number 3 Stock Car Competition Series Championship, coming to you live from Twin Lakes Races, in Las Vegas. Ant-Man, as always, joining me for today's races. Ant-Man, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. It's good to be here again, and I'm excited to see some great races.
Rock on. And I'll tell you what, we had a surprise guest show up, and so we're going to go ahead and bring him on. Everybody, welcome SC Kicker joining us on the show today. SC, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
How's it going, guys? Good to be here, man. I'm excited. I've missed so much racing. With the workload has been crazy, and I missed the racing. But watching these guys race, man, the last series, I don't even know if I could keep up anymore. So many changes, and these guys are getting good, really good.
Yeah, no kidding. The competition this season so far has been really, really stiff, and it's been really crazy. So. We'll go over the leaderboard in just a moment, but SC, I gotta say, man, we haven't had a chance to sit down and chat for quite some time. It is so good to see you. How's things going? How's life? How's everything?
Man, it's been good. Just banging out a lot of Hyde Park stuff. We got some major progress on some different things that we're working on when it relates to the Web3 game. Where our card game is coming along. We're at the final stages of play testing. Over the last few months, I guess we've been able to show some of the cards, and we've done some like in community contests. We had one of our first characters that we allowed the community to vote on and actually name. They got to pick an actual character name that's going to be in the real game, the card game. So we're super excited about that. The second awesome. Comic book is already underway. So we're looking forward to having some of that to show at Vegas this year.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. That's going to be
It's going to be fun. Ant-Man, are you going to be in Vegas this year?
I am. I'm planning on going.
Awesome.
I actually live pretty close by, so I was a little disappointed that I found out so late about it.
Let it be here before we know it.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's all right. We'll let you catch up.
It's a good time. So just a great event.
No kidding. And one of these days I'll be able to get there. But unfortunately, my job, one of my job requirements for where I work is that Genesis weekend always is also the biggest weekend at my job. And we are not allowed to request time off during that weekend. So I literally cannot. There's no way that they will let me out to go. But eventually, I've only got four more of those to go before I retire. So
nice.
I'm counting them down, and I'll get to Genesis eventually. So
isn't it crazy how that happens? It's almost like they do it on purpose.
I know. That's what I said. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into some racing, and let's introduce our drivers for today. Introducing our drivers for the 2025 Stock Car Competition Series. Driving for Metaforce Racing, number 1 Akaprapi and number 22 J8 2271. Driving for the Castle Elite Racing Team, number 13 Fuelman and number 7 TV 125. Driving for the Fast Track Racing Team, number 20 Ja Rashad and number 29 Scorpio King 3. Driving for Hyde Park Ninja Racing, it's number 13 Almost Human and number 20 Picasso. Driving for Neo MW Motorsports, it's number 5 Wanderer 1976 and number 6 Medishman. Driving for the 5-time URL Series Championship team of Mahoney MV Motorsports, it's number 15 Matsuda R and number 30 San Mahoney. All right, and that's our drivers for today's race. Checking out where we are in the standings quickly. This is our overall individual leaderboard powered by Metaforce Racing. As we can see, Matsuda, with his third place finish last week, jumped up into the first place spot, moving 4 positions. But I have to highlight the fact that Wander 1976 last week came in with the win. He was hot. He was running a hot car. He he won his heat race and then won the finals after the week before finishing dead last. So he was the biggest mover for the week, moving up 5 positions into 7th place. But I want to quickly point out a couple of things. Number one, we have a 3-way tie for second right now with Picasso, Metaspook, and one of our rookies, Scorpio King 3, who, and so it's super tight. And not only is the top of the board tight, but only 13 points separates this entire board so far this season. So we have had some amazing racing so far, the first 2 races of the season, and it really is anybody's game right now. It's awesome.
I see in the comments, Almost Human says I need to keep my lead.
For sure, for sure. All right, and not only that, but as we move over into the team leaderboard, brought to you by Vegas Motor Car Company. This is the race to 1 million UpX. This is a bonus that you get at the end of the year. We still have 8 more races in the Champion Series to go with this, so there's still a lot of racing left on this board. But as you can see, Neo MW Motorsports has cut into that lead a little bit that MV Motors had, or I'm sorry, that Mahoney Motorsports had there at the end of last season. So Neo's cutting into that lead. Castle Elite has started to move up and cut into that lead. The Fast Track team, which is a rookie team, both drivers are rookie drivers into this season. They moved up 1 position after last week's race, and they are also cutting into that lead. So this one is still got a lot of movement. There's really there's no guess on this one yet as far as where we go. So with that, we're going to go ahead and start heat number 1, and we'll have Ant-Man cue our driver to get that heat ready for us. And while we do that, I would also like to give away something here. We've got a Neo Decor bounce house, champagne bounce house. So hashtag Neo in the comments right now, and you could win a Neo Decor. Oh, wrong banner. Neo Decor. Neo Decor Champagne Bouncy House. Jump in there and grab that. Hashtag Neo right now. And let's go ahead and check out who is in. Oh, actually, let's check out the track while we're at it. We are at Twin Lakes Races in Las Vegas. And did you already tag Recurrier to start that race, Ant-Man?
Oops. Forgot the tag. I got it.
Yeah. And make sure we're in the right channel, too. You're in the wrong channel.
Oh.
You're
Sorry,
in race
guys.
1. Race 1 channel. Yeah, you're in race 1 channel. Go to R3 channel. There, you should be able to see it.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, while he's doing that, we are at Twin Lakes Races. This is out in Las Vegas, where our next Sparklet Wars is taking place. So SC, are you going to be in the next Sparklet Wars? Were you in the last one?
No, I really didn't get to partake. I was just too busy. And, with everything going on in New Orleans, I really wasn't going to move my Spark.
Yeah.
And boy, there was some
Yeah.
drama too at the end there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was
I'm
pretty dramatic.
I'm cool being
Um,
friends with everybody. So
Same.
it got a little heated. So
yeah, there was a little heat in there occasionally, but all good. All's
it was
all's
all
fair.
fun.
All's fair in love and war.
I might participate in the next one. I think New
Yeah.
Orleans would be done, and
And
as
we
long
got
as
a
there's
couple.
not too much going on, so we'll see. I got a
Right.
I got a couple properties in Las Vegas, so it'll be good news.
Right. All right. Twin Lakes races. Let's talk about this real quick. We are 2.7 miles. It's kind of a short track. We've run this one several times. This is 16 turns. There's a couple of spots to boost. It's not a super technical track. We do have a little bit of technicalities coming in between turns 2 and 6, 2 and 9, roughly. So there is a little bit of fun to have a little bit around this track. So I expect to see some super fast times. We ran this track several times before. But these guys know the track, so we're going to see some fast times today. No question about it. Heat number 1, we're featuring Picasso, Almost Human, both from Hyde Park Ninja Racing. SC, you got your team racing against each other in Heat 1. Metaspook from Neo NW Motorsports, Buellman from Castle Elite Racing, Akapropi Metaforce Racing being subbed in with Recurrier, who will be racing in Akapropi's spot today. And then Wander 1976, also with Neo NW Motorsports. Now, this is the first time that this has happened, that we've had 4 drivers in one heat from 2 different teams. And we
Wow.
have this in heat number 1 and in heat number 2. So that's the first time that this has happened in the Ultimate Racing League. So honestly, it's anybody's race. Some crazy things could happen here today. We are going to find out for sure coming up here. So we've got looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are missing. Who are we missing? We are missing Buellman. Not sure if he was going to be able to make it today. And nope. Oh, JH is in there. Uh-oh. All right. Buellman, if you hear me, you can we'll have you jump into heat number 2 in JH's spot because he jumped in heat number 1, which is okay. We'll go ahead and run it. So they are in doing their qualifying runs right now. All right.
See, Buellman's in the chat, so I think he's here.
Yeah.
He's here. Yep. Yeah, we're getting him here. All right, I'm jumping in this race right now as a spectator. We'll see where these guys are at with their qualifying heats. I'm hoping we can get some nice, clean stuff today.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm excited to see what the top time is today.
Now, right now, Picasso running a 1:13.694. That's pretty speedy.
Wow.
Wanderer right behind him with a 1:14.920. JH with a 1:17. Recurrier with a 1:20. Man, these guys are so close together. Almost Human's probably going to come in there with a really nice run. So we'll see.
It's definitely a nice run by Pack, man. Good job, man.
And Metaspook also doing his qualifying. Yeah, 1:13. Almost Human win with a 1:23. So we're only, 10 seconds so far separating first from fifth. So that's not too bad.
And again, sometimes we do get surprised, even with the qualifying laps. Sometimes the last place winner, or last place guy, still ends up winning.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think CP is pretty pretty pro at that sometimes. I always think I'm gonna get him when I'm like racing him outside of the show and everything.
Yeah, for sure. All right, are we going to get a clean start? Let's see what happens. And for those of you who don't know, just occasionally we get a stalled start. We get the waiting for players screen. We try to tell everybody, oh, and we're going right into it. This is going to be awesome right here. And here we go. Picasso in his top spot right there, coming out with a boost right from the gate to get away from the pack. Let's see how that works out for him. Oh, and breaking into it. Wander 1976 going into turn number 1. Picasso making the clean turn, but Wander hot on the heels. And lots of skidding on this one so far. Recurrier in the third place spot right now with Almost Human right behind him in fourth. Metashpook making some moves around. Metashpook and Almost Human having a little battle there, trying to get around. Almost Human works his way up past Recurrier to take the third place spot, but they are neck and neck right now. And Metashpook makes it around Almost Human. Almost Human into third spot. Sorry, Metashpook around Recurrier there. But Recurrier's hanging in. Wander has managed to take the lead now and boosts up again going into this turn. And that is a tough turn, boy, let me tell you.
I still love how they boost into the turns. That's my favorite move. It's so cool.
Yeah, no kidding. And it's definitely a move that I'm going to be testing out for sure in the upcoming Frost season racing. That's no doubt about that. And here we go into lap number 2. Wander 1976 taking the lead. Picasso in second. Almost Human making it up into third place. JH now up into fourth. Past Metaspook and Recurrier. Still holding in there. Recurrier trying to make up some space. And it's tough to get around these guys once you get into the back. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, especially with these guys, like as far as their blocking skills. I mean, I think everybody's become an expert at blocking now.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's check out the Picasso car cam. Right behind Wander 1976. I'm loving the brake lights. I can't say that enough. Upland, that was the greatest update to racing you could have done, is the brake lights. And there we go. Wander trying to stay up in front, but Picasso making a beautiful turn.
Oh, man.
Gets past Wander, who tries to make a block on him and can't do it, allowing Almost Human to try to make up some moves here. My goodness. Picasso with the slam into the rear end and making it around Wander. I am so glad I got that on tape right there. All right, JH up in fourth place. Recurrier making his way up into fifth, trying to get around try to get around JH and catch up. JH and Almost are battling for that third place position right now. And here comes Wander up onto Picasso. Picasso still holding on to that lead. And here comes JH up on Almost Human, trying to get around on the outside there. And Almost Human with the block.
Nice.
And here we are in JH's car cam here. Oh. And he makes it around Almost Human. Wow, what a
so clean, man.
On the outside, but Almost Human saying, no. Hold on here a minute. JH with another beautiful block. Almost Human now in behind him, trying to make his way around. But it looks like Wander is going to take the win with Picasso in second.
I love how he just kind of like came out, got in front, and then got right back in line. That was so smooth.
Man, what a race.
In a very smooth race. My goodness, JH making his way up around Almost Human at the very last second of the last lap to get into that third place spot and get a spot into today's finals. Let me just grab a quick shot here. I'll get that. My goodness.
That was a great race.
What a great race to start off with. Man, oh man, oh man.
I mean, I would totally love to see like a highlight clip with just like some sick music and just all these crazy moves you guys pull off sometimes.
That was awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and while we're here, let's go ahead. Oops, what do I got going on here? Let's go ahead and give away our Neo showroom, um, Neo showroom bouncy house.
All right.
So let's jump that on. Hashtag Neo right now. Last chance. We're gonna give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. City Pigeon. City Pigeon, congratulations. You won yourself a Neo Bounce House. Hit me up with a Discord DM and I will make sure to get that over to you. Congratulations. And for our next giveaway, let's pull this back up here. This time we're going to go hashtag karting, KARTING, hashtag karting. And you can get yourself a Mass Chef Motors Cabriolet.
All right. Having some trouble on my end with the banner shift.
I bet you the same thing happened as last time.
No, actually, it's just
Is it not working?
I think they're just not updated because I have banners, but they're not the correct ones.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. But we're rocking through it, though. We're rocking through it.
That's all right. We'll get through it. Not a problem. Not a problem. All right. Hashtag karting. Get yourself an MCM Cabriolet go-kart right now. And we will be setting up heat number 2 in just a moment. But first, let's go ahead and break away for a quick word from our sponsor.
Hey there, Uplanders. Get ready to pack your virtual bags because Quailwood is about to become your next must-visit neighborhood in the metaverse. So prepare yourself. Quailwood will be a place where your properties aren't just investments, but strategic assets in an ever-evolving landscape. And trust me, this place is not your average digital neighborhood. It will be your favorite quirky place to defend. Oh, it is the latest gem in Upland, where virtual real estate market is already hotter than your GPU after a 5-hour gaming session. A luxury paradise where you can own property and build your own dreams. Come visit us inside the metaverse.
All right, and we are back. And we are going to go ahead and get heat number 2 set up here. All right. Heat number 2. All right, heat number 2. We've got Ja Rashad, Matsuda, Scorpio King 3. Not JH. We're going to have Buellman come in here, and Buellman is going to be in heat number 2 here with San Mahoney and TB 125. Matsuda's got the start, and he's going to be starting that lobby for us right now.
I was digging the voiceover too. I was just thinking out of my head.
It's amazing how good commercials get these days. These guys,
It's so much fun.
It's like they've got pro editors hanging out and doing commercials for them.
I remember back in the day, it used to be guys that had like a job just writing jingles. Like, is that still a thing?
Yeah, right.
All right. Let's see.
All right, we're working on getting a code here back in our driver's channel. And so heat number 2, Ja Rashad Matsuda, Scorpio King 3, JH 2271 was in heat number 1. So we're subbing him out with Buellman from Castle Elite and TB 125. Hopefully everybody can make it. We do have a code. And speaking of heat number 2, it's powered by myupland.info. We use myupland.info a lot here on the Ultimate Racing League. and MRN network. We use the race ticker all the time, which tells us who's in a race and how much time is left and all that stuff, so we know when we can jump in as spectators. So if you're not using the racing ticker on myupland.info, get over there, connect your Upland account, and go premium because
Yeah,
premium
especially if you're
services
a racer.
are
I
the
mean,
bomb,
it's definitely an invaluable tool.
right? All right, we've got a couple of racers in there. We've got Matsuda in there, Buellman's in there, San Mahoney's in there, Scorpio King. We're missing TB125 and Ja Rashad. Now Ja's in there. So now we are only missing TB125. TB. Hopefully he's able to make it today. I was showing him online.
Just keep our fingers crossed. I don't think TV wants to miss this one.
Let's see. We've got about 3.5 minutes left, so hopefully TV can jump in there. I do have a sub driver if he's not in, so I've recruited an alternate driver for the Castle Elite team.
Oh, right on.
For in case purposes, and
Nice. I love the preparedness. I think CP is saying you got a great commentator voice. I think that's what he meant to say.
All right, CP.
Looks like TB's having some trouble with the application loading.
Yeah, it's probably on mobile, which unfortunately.
Mobile's tough.
Oh, yeah. For me, I refuse to place any more bets on mobile. If it's a serious race, I got to be on the computer. Just because my screen is so small and, like, I don't know, it leaves too much room for excuses, you know?
Yeah, the mobile is tough. Especially against this caliber racer, really tough.
Oh yeah, man! Pulling moves like the ones we're seeing today, man. I mean, I'd be very surprised if these guys are doing that on the mobile.
All right, we got about 2 minutes left.
The countdown. I feel like 2 minutes is always shorter when you're like rushing for something. Like when it's a countdown, 2 minutes feels more like 1 minute. All right.
JH said he always races on mobile.
Okay, TB got in.
Oh, nice.
I think. Let's see if I get an update here. All right, TB is in. Excellent. There we go. Now let's try to get myself in there.
I've definitely heard some interesting strategies these guys use to practice racing. I know one guy uses airplane mode.
Really?
For me, it's super disorienting.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys out there that run airplane mode. I sometimes run airplane mode, just kind of depends on what car I'm in. I can do it better in some cars than I can in others. Yeah. Once you get into those fast cars, the helicopter mode is really tough sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
But I know that there's some drivers out there that are using helicopter mode consistently.
It's definitely good to see people coming up on you.
Yeah, and it helps if you're, it helps the block because it gives you a little bit of more of an advantage on the seeing who's coming up behind you versus the in-car or behind-car view. You can still see them behind-car view, but I noticed from the behind-car view, if you see somebody and you try to go duck in front of them to block them, chances are you're already too late to get into that lane without causing a crash for both of you. So
You've experienced that so many times.
it makes it very difficult.
And the crazy thing is when that happens, you instinctually want to just jump over, and when you do that, a lot of times you end up being the one that skid out.
Right. Yep. Which is why most of the time when I'm racing, I try to maintain my lane. I try to, not get into a position where I'm blocking somebody out that close to them, just because I know it's going to kill the race for the most part for everybody. So I try not to do that. But
right on.
What All right, here we go with number 2. Now let's see how clean of a start we're going to get here. Clearly not as clean as we got the first race, that's for sure. Hopefully this doesn't mean that we're going to get an error out for somebody.
Oh, there we go.
And here we go. Yeah, now we got it. And we are off. Sam Mahoney making a move right off the bat with Matsuda right behind him. Everybody trying to make these moves into this first turn. And Sam Mahoney coming out of there is the only one not to skid through that corner. Matsuda in second. TB 125 now moving up and back down the board and back up the board. Oh my goodness, we've got a heck of a race going on back here in the back of this pack. Ja Rashad up into 4th place. Scorpio King 3 and 5th. Buellman in 6th. Scorpio King with a block on Buellman there, bumping him back a little bit. She's trying to make sure that he knows what her bumper tastes like.
It's so unnerving when that happens because you're just like, oh.
I know, right? you think I'm going to get around. I'm going to get around, and I'm not going to get around. Never mind. Okay.
Starting back at 10 miles an hour.
Right. And Sam Mahoney making a huge lead now in front of Matsuda. And as what happens with me and my children, every time they run away, I say, get back here, and then I can't catch them. So we're going to see what happens here. Matsuda in second. Ja Rashad now in third. Let's check out how far back he is. Not too far, can still see Matsuda. But Sam Mahoney sees nothing but daylight in front of him. And Matsuda trying to make some moves on him here, trying to catch up from that second place position. Ja Rashad still maintaining third with Scorpio King hot on his heels. Buellman now in 5th. TB 125 in 6th. And these guys are having struggles back here at the back of the pack.
Oh, yeah. It's just those skids, man. It's the skid management.
Yep, it is.
Skid management.
It is 100% skid management. That is for sure. And Sam Mahoney looks like he's got this course pretty much worked out. And that is a beautiful turn around that hairpin there. Matsuda coming back up on its heels here, using boost to get up and through that long stretch into the first turn. And these guys are going to battle it out all the way to the end, that's for sure. Buellman now makes his way up into 4th place, coming around on this final lap, trying to make a little bit of time on Ja Rashad to get into that 3rd place spot. And Sam Mahoney and Matsuda still battling it out for 1st and 2nd. Ja Rashad kind of all alone, trying to just hang on to that 3rd place spot here. Buellman not too far behind him. Looks like he's starting to catch up a little.
Yeah,
it's those turns.
Okay, here we go.
There he goes around the outside. And this is really the race to watch right now as San Mahoney has a huge lead coming into the last turn here into the final stretch to the finish line. And Matt Suter is going to take second pretty handedly, but we've got Ja Rashad and Buellman battling it out for third right now. Looks like maybe Buellman might be having some car trouble. Looks like he's got some late lane changes going on there. And not going to be able to catch Ja Rashad, who gets in for the third and final spot. Buellman in fourth. Scorpio King fifth. TB 125 sixth. And Castle Elite will be setting out this final on this week
Great work, guys.
in the Ultimate Racing League. Man, again, just beautiful racing by the Mahoney team. Once again, they are proving why they are the 5-time series champions.
Absolutely. Yeah, you definitely got to bring your A game every time with these guys. These guys are definitely not slouches in the race game.
Yeah, and I think I honestly I think Buellman, both Buellman and TB are having some issues with vehicles possibly. I know TB said he was glitching pretty bad. So tough break for the Castle Elite Racing team this week, not making the finals. So far, our final heats are going to be Wander 1976, Picasso, and JH 2271, along with San Mahoney, Matsuda, and Ja Rashad. And our low starter is going to be San Mahoney with a 331.893. So San Mahoney will be starting our finals with a 331.893. And we will get those going here. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and give away that cart. We've got a lot of entries in there now. Here we go. Let's get them up on the board. Okay, everybody, hashtag karting. We're going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Picasso getting himself a cabriolet cart. Nice job, Picasso. Hit me up with a DM and we'll get your cart over to you, as always. And of course, as usual for the racing season, our last giveaway is going to be our Iceman go-kart. This week we are giving away a Iceman Brazil go-kart. Iceman Brazil go-kart. So hashtag Iceman in the chat right now. Get yourself a Iceman Brazil kart. And we are going to get this lobby started and get these racers in. And while we do that, we will be right back. Champions race here in the Ultimate Racing League. All right, and we are back. Don't forget hashtag Iceman. Get yourself an Iceman cart. And we have got the race lobby started. We've got all of our drivers in there. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in so that we can see all the action. Check out our qualifying times. Let's see who's got the pole now for this finals race today. So everybody's still qualifying, so we are in early on this one. All right, so let's see. We've got Picasso in there running for the Hyde Park Ninjas. So you've got a racer in there. We've got a fast track driver in there. We've got a Neo MW Motorsports driver in there. We've got a Metaforce Racing driver in there with JH2271. And we've got a couple of the Mahoney boys in there for Mahoney MV Motorsports. So it is a pretty wide open field right here. Really, the only advantage team is the Mahoney boys. So we'll see how they pull this one out. We've got Sam Mahoney coming in on the pole so far with a 1:13.375, which is a bit faster than his first qualifying heat.
Right.
115, 116, pretty tight.
Yeah, this is where they get really tight, is in the final race. You'll see that, we had a couple of the heat races that were, 5, 6, 7, 10 seconds separating all of them. When we get into the finals here, I'm willing to say that we're only going to be within 5 seconds. I think.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah, and I'm right. We're 6 seconds. All of them are in there on. So very, very tight racing. I expect to see some very tight racing off the bat here. So. And here we go. Week number 3 finals right here on the Twin Lakes races. And we are going right into it. Beautiful start. Everybody's in there. And here we go. Sam Mahoney off with a boost. Looks like Matt Suter with a boost. Ja Rashad with a boost. Wander 1976 in there in fourth place. And again, Sam Mahoney, the only driver to make it around turn number 1 without skidding. Matt Suter making it up into second place. Now JH2271 up into third, dropping Matt Suter down into fourth, now fifth. Picasso getting around him as well. Only one left to get around Matt Suter is Wander 1976, and he is starting to come up on him right here. These guys are really tight in here. My goodness, look at all of the cars stacked up. And what this is causing is means that Sam Mahoney is going to get a free run to get the F out because he is gone. Ja Rashad now up into second. We've got a big battle for second, third, and fourth place here.
Yeah, these guys are tight.
Man, Wander making it around that turn very nicely. And here comes JH back up into the mix. And there goes JH, passing up a few here. Coming up on the second place, Ja Rashad, who was able to block him out. Oh, my goodness.
These guys are smoking around that corner.
5 racers, and these guys are just tied up. And, I want to see, let's get a look at a cam here, because there goes Wander 1976 around the outside of Ja Rashad, putting him in third place. Wander trying to make some moves now. He says, see ya, I've got a Mahoney to catch. And he's off to catch him now. And let's see if he's going to be able to catch up, because Mahoney's got a really nice lead right now. He's very comfortable in that first place position.
Yeah,
Wander can see some tail lights here, so let's see what happens. Wow, that was pretty rough turn on that one.
I was gonna say, I wonder if these guys are able to also read each other from the new brake lights now. You can kind of see when a guy starts to brake.
Yeah. And here we go. We've got Ja Rashad now trying to take a boost into this corner, and didn't quite make it around Picasso there. But here we go into the third and final lap with Mahoney now hanging out and eating a sandwich while he's driving around the racetrack.
He's hitting those corners pretty clean.
I'm pretty sure he's got the cruise control set. and the autopilot going in his new Tesla race car that's driving itself because he's taking a nap. Anyway, Wanderers 1976 still holding down that second place position, and Picasso right behind him in third. Ja Rashad not too far behind. JH 2271 is so far up Ja Rashad's tailpipe that he's struggling to breathe. And here we go, trying to make his way around, but cannot do it. There goes Sam Mahoney across the finish line. Wander 1976 coming into the finish as well. And he is going to take second place after a first place win last week. Picasso going to come in third. JH squeaking around Ja Rashad to take away fourth, I believe. And Matt Suter comes in the sixth place position. My goodness. Sam Mahoney.
10 seconds.
Wow. That's huge.
That was a good run.
That was a beautiful run by Sam Mahoney. And just like I said, he basically was, eating a sandwich and having a snack while he was working his way around the track because there was nobody catching him today.
Yeah,
no question about it.
Been working on those corners, man. I've been watching. I was counting the skids, man. Like he's getting really good with those corners.
Man, he took about per round or per lap.
Per lap, yeah, and getting around that first turn was key for him in both his heat race and in the finals. He was the only driver to make it around that first turn without the skid. So that made a huge difference for him in both those races there for sure. All right. And so let's go ahead and give away our Iceman cart here. Hashtag Iceman. Couple of seconds to jump in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Giving away an Iceman cart 2. Who's getting it? Shaq.
All right.
Jacqueline. Woohoo! Jacqueline, you got yourself an Iceman Brazil cart. Hit me up on a DM. We'll make sure to get that delivered over to you. Congratulations to all of our winners on our drawings today. And
I love
next
week, seatbelts. I was like, did anybody else notice that? I'm like, man, that's one of the first carts I've seen with seatbelts.
Yeah, I've now seen a couple out there, but that was one of the first ones there with seatbelts. So, and next week we are at the home of the Metaforce Racing team because we are on Metaforce Raceway, owned by Recurrier and the Metaforce Racing team and UpxPodcast. So looking forward to racing on the Metaforce Raceway next week. It's a new track for the Ultimate Racing League. We haven't raced on this one yet. We've got a bunch of new tracks this season. We're racing the Metaforce Raceway next week. Then we've got the Iceman International Speedway, which is also a brand new track. And then we're hitting Tyner North Central, one of Dr. Tidd's tracks. All the Tyner tracks are pretty fun to race on. And then another new track, the Castle Run Reverse track. And then, of course, Northumberland finishing up the season for us next week. So, on the 8th week. And then somewhere in the middle, we've got the Upland Racing Series Frost Season Finals that'll be happening on March 14th. So everybody, we got Frost Season Racing that starts tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and lots of new stuff this season. Number one, and honestly, in my opinion, one of the worst things that Upland could have done with the racing season is they eliminated karts from racing in the series. So I was very disappointed about that. But hey, let's see what happens because they did say it was up to changes. So we could if we get enough people to bug Upland to bring karts back to racing. So you all heard it here. Go tell Upland, bring some karts back because we need to race karts.
Yeah, the karts got to come back. There's so many cool karts too. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
those are some of the most creative ones out there.
absolutely, and not only that, but if you look at the season points from last season, Carts had the second most points of any leaderboard
Yeah.
other than the Champion Series.
Wow.
Um, so I mean that tells you right there. There's a ton of people that are racing carts, and they're racing carts a lot. We've got the fast track guys that have, they have their amateur kart league starting soon. So it was a real boost for them to have the carts racing in the upland, or yeah, in the upland racing series. So I really hope they bring them back. The other change is all of the other divisions, other than the Champions Series, are combined now. So you can literally lit race any track or any car between 90 and 160. Or 90 and 1, is it 90 160? Yeah,
It's
90 and
it's
160.
160.
Yep.
Yep.
Um, and score points on that leaderboard. So I think it's really going to bring in a whole lot more competition, especially on that what they call the recreational board.
Yep.
Uh, so we're going to see. And of course, the champions board is the champions board. The ones you see on there, are the ones you expect to see on there. Um,
Mhm.
so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be it's a long season ahead. Just getting started again. Like I said, tomorrow morning, uh, 9 a.m. Pacific time, you can start racing for your up in racing series points. Don't forget, it must be a public race. You must have 3 drivers to qualify, and you must have a qualifying lap in order to get your points there. And then I've got one more pretty big announcement. Beginning February 15th, which is a Saturday, the day after Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 15th, we are going to be bringing on a brand new show at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a brand new show for racing. It's going to be the Metaverse Racing News Network Power Hour, where we are going to live broadcast any race that's happening during that Power Hour. So if you're going to race, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. And we will do that every Saturday after that during the Upland Racing Series season. So we'll be bringing you live racing. You can come in, we'll be calling all the races, whatever races are happening, whatever tracks they're on, doesn't matter. Um, you know, um, what we're looking for though is we're looking to broadcast 6 driver races for an hour. So we're going to be looking for the races that have the most drivers in them. So if you got 5 or 6 buddies and you want to go out and race and possibly win some carts, win some prizes, join us right here on the Metaverse Racing News Network. Uh, get your name out there, show everybody what you can do on the track, and we'll air it right here live starting February 15th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Metaverse Racing News Network Power Hour.
Nice.
So
And I
excited
mean,
for that.
it's one of those things where you kind of want to make sure you're there just because you don't want to fall behind on points, man. I mean, this is going to be a monster of a point generator for these guys if they're willing to show up and show
Yep.
out.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait. It's brought to you by the Ultimate Racing League, of course, in conjunction with the Upland Garage. So we'll be joined, of course, it'll be myself, Ant Man, and we'll be joined by City Pigeon as well as a co-host. So you won't want to miss it because CP knows what he's doing on the track. So if you want to get some advice, you want to know how you're doing, come check us out. Race on the MRNN Power Hour. SC, my friend, thanks for joining us today. We were super excited that you were willing to come on and hang out with us today. Really
Awesome.
appreciate it. I hope you do it again sometime. It was great having you.
Definitely. Thanks for letting me join. And man, it was great to see some amazing racing today. It was just so competitive out there. Some fantastic races, unbelievable times.
Yeah, these
Yes.
guys are no joke.
Yeah, there's no playing around with these guys these days. This is some serious stuff, and
Yeah, for sure.
they are on it, 100%.
Well,
All
good
right.
luck with the new show. That's exciting.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And until next week, I'm Matt Chef. That's Ant-Man, SC Kicker. On behalf of all of us, we'll see you next week. And we'll
Have a
see
good
you
one,
on,
everyone.
and we'll see you on the track.